Hello everyone. Today I will be going over a gym program which also has notes which can really help skinny teens put on weight and especially build muscle. So if you are a skinny teen, please watch this and stick to the end. Now, first of all, why choose this routine? Well, I have a bunch of reasons for that. Now, firstly, it's a very simple program which is designed for beginners who are naturally skinny, and the program will have simpler exercises as well as consist and they will also consist of the foundations of strength and include the basics of calisthenics. They will This program focuses on strength, muscle growth, and confidence, as these three will be crucial for you. And this program doesn't focus too much on cardio or weight loss, as those are extremely unnecessary for you if you are skinny. Now, it is a very balanced routine which gives you time to recover, as recovery is extremely important, as that's actually the time period where you build muscle. And it also has a lot of simple exercises which are quite easy to follow, and there aren't any advanced variations here. Now, this is the weekly structure. It'll be only 4 days a week, which is quite less, as it's not less but it's not too much either. Therefore it's optimal for beginners. It'll be taking upon the upper body slash lower body split. Now, on the first day, we will be doing upper body, focusing on strength. Strength being focusing on more of strength based exercises, and doing high weight with low reps, which can build strength and confidence, and can also help with building muscle. Now, on the second day, we'll be doing lower body strength, which is really useful as it can also, aside from just building overall strength, can improve athleticness and make you more explosive, as well as doing things such as increasing your vertical jump as well as stability. Now, on the third day, it'll be a rest day with a bit of light cardio as well, which is optional completely. It's up to you. However, light cardio will help you, as cardio just is just a good thing to have in your lifestyle, and it has quite a bunch of health benefits. However, it must not be done too intensely or repeated many times, as if you are skinny, it wouldn't be optimal. Now, on the fourth day, we'll be doing upper body, focusing on hypertrophy. Now, hypertrophy is basically when you're trying to actually focus more on muscle building scientifically. Now, this will actually help you get that physique which you want. Now, on the fifth day, it'll be lower body and core, also a bit more focused on hypertrophy. And the core, of course, it's good for strength wise, it's good, but aesthetically, for a skinny person, it's not that necessary, as you anyways don't have too much body fat. Now, on the sixth day, it'll be an active recovery day, which consists of stretching or walking. However, as you are a teen, if you play any sports, you can of course do those. Now, if you're a teen athlete, you should be playing your sport every single day. But on the sixth day, there's no need to work out. You can just do some light cardio if you want. Now, on day seven, there's a full rest. I would recommend in not even doing training on this day, as that will help you quite a lot. As that's the day we need full recovery, and the one day we can just relax and enjoy. Now, let's start with day one. First off, bench press. Bench press is a solid exercise which can work hypertrophically, however, focuses more on strength and is a compound lift which can really boost your strength as well as confidence. Next up are pull ups. Now, pull ups, if they are too hard, can be done with an assist. By assist, I mean with a band, or you can also just do negative pull ups, which will help your strength as well as build muscle in your back. Overhead press is a great exercise as it focuses on strength, shoulder strength, yet also hypertrophy. It's good for building muscles, but for athletes, it's also really good in building strength in the shoulders. For example, if you play badminton or tennis, it can really help you generate power in your strokes. Next are barbell rows, another strength exercise. Now, they're focusing on more of your back strength as well as your pulling strength, which can be quite functional. And now we also have bicep curls, which of course they'll help your pulling strength, yet they're also quite good hypertrophically, and they are considered as some of the best exercises for building those big biceps. And lastly, you also have tricep dips. Now, tricep dips are a great exercise for building your triceps as well as your chest. They can build overall strength, and like that will also help build quite a lot of muscle. Now, these may be too hard for beginners, therefore, it'd be recommended to do the dips with your legs on the ground straight and using a chair to push up, and that will be a good variation for beginners. Now, on the second day, we have lower body strength, starting off with squats. Now, squats, of course, I recommend heavier weights as they can build a lot of muscle as well as improve testosterone, as well as help it and the leg strength will also help in most sports in increasing jump height as well as explosiveness. Next, we have Romanian deadlifts, quite a classic exercise for building your hamstrings and overall strength in its fact as it focuses both on hypertrophy and strength. Next up are walking lunges, 3 times 10, but you have to do them on each leg as these can also help build single leg strength, but they do focus mainly on hypertrophy. But if you do them with heavier weights, of course, strength is also there. Now, these can also help quite a lot with endurance as it's a high reps and it's a bit of a movement, and there's quite a lot of movement in these exercises, so they're quite useful. Next up are calf raises. Now, calf raises, of course, mainly strength as calves are partially genetic. However, calf raises can build muscle as well, and the strength in your calves can really help for most sports. And lastly, we have a plank with 3 sets of 45-second holds. Now, you can do less if that's necessary. However, I would recommend trying to do as much as you can for each set and taking enough rest as you need. However, which the rest should not extend over 1 minute. These planks help build your core stability and strength. Now, assuming day 3 is the light rest, on day 4, we will be doing upper body hypertrophy, which focuses on building maximum amount of muscle as efficiently as possible, as well as getting you that sculpted physique. So starting off with an incline dumbbell press, which focuses a bit less on strength and a bit more on hypertrophy as it targets the chest well, but mainly the upper chest, which is the part which actually makes your chest seem fuller. Next up are lat pull downs 4 into 10. Now I want you to focus on your form on these as instead of doing normal pull ups, I would say these are actually better as you can scale them and you can reduce the weights, and it'll help you focus mainly on your form as well as your muscle activation. Now, Arnold press is a good exercise as for shoulders. It works quite well, and the rotation can really help all 3 parts of your shoulders, mainly the front delts, and the muscle you build from this is quite good. Cable rows, like unlike barbell rows, cable rows are quite useful for building muscle rather than building mainly strength. As instead of focusing on high weights, they do focus on once again for perfect form as well as mind muscle connection, as you will be doing with lower weights and higher reps. Next are lateral raises. These are quite useful for hypertrophy, not that much for strength. These actually mainly focus on your side delts, which are the delts you actually need to build to gain those wide shoulders you've always wanted. So these are quite useful as a shoulder exercise. And now as a finisher, there'll be push-ups. 3 sets of 15 to 20. Of course, if you can't do this, knee push-ups will work well. And if these are too easy for you, you can challenge yourself by making them explosive. But as a finisher, these really do help in as your overall endurance. They can help in hypertrophy, they can help in strength, and they can help in overall calisthenic skill. Now on the 5th day, the last day, you'll be hitting lower body and core. Now first off, there'll be deadlifts, which four sets of 6 reps. Now this will be a bit of strength focus, as they can help hit your legs as well as your back in fact, helping you test your maximum strength. However, the next exercise, front squats, are a bit less of strength based and more so of hypertrophy, as usually you can do these as goblet squats, holding dumbbells in front of you, as these can also help work more of your quads, which makes your legs look quite full and jacked, so they're quite good. Next up are step ups. 3 sets of 12 into each legs. Now it's not exactly like hypertrophy mainly, it consists of hypertrophy, yet it also has a bit of functional training, as step ups can really help you build like overall strength, which works functionally. For example, if you're going upstairs over a long distance, it can really help. Uh, Next up will be hanging leg raises, 3 sets into 12. Now these are really good ab exercise, and they can also help build flexibility as well. As usually when you're hanging and doing a leg raise, you require quite decent flexibility. They help with overall core activation as well as build your muscle in your abs, which of course you want abs. Even though you're skinny, they'll just look better. And Russian twists will be the finisher. Russian twists are quite good exercise. They can help in stability as well as strength, while focusing more on hypertrophy, as they really build the obliques quite well if you do have a correct form. Just remember, twist your entire body, not just move your hands. Now, of course, nutrition is extremely important if you're skinny, as this may help you build more weight and muscle. Now, some people do have a naturally faster metabolism. However, that doesn't completely stop them from building weight, as uh, basic humans would have, even if they have faster metabolisms, don't can't have a metabolism so fast it completely blocks fat production as well as muscle production. So first of all, there's something known as a caloric surplus. Now, if you do actually end up going on a caloric counter, or caloric calorie counter, you can in fact go to a calculator, which helps you, which if you enter all these details, this can help you find out how many calories you eat per day and the amount of extra calories you take. So ideally your caloric surplus should be about say um 2500 to 300, but if you really want to bulk, that should be 300 more than normal, and yeah, that's quite useful for building overall fat and muscle. Next up, prioritize proteins such as eggs, chicken, fish, beans, as well as meats, as these are what actually helps you recover and helps your muscles get built. Now, carbs will be extremely important, as carbs are your main source of energy, which, if you're skinny, you're not going to have that much of. Fats should be taken, however, healthy fats should be optimized. Now, even though most of the food you eat is burned away, that proves it's not exactly dangerous, or there's no big problem with having unhealthy fats. However, healthy fats are more optimal, as they don't have any side effects and they can build the fat you need. Now, hydration is, of course, a necessity, as having enough water can not just help in your energy but can help in a lot of other things. Like if you're a teenager, for example, your skin, dry skin, all of your acne, that could all be issues. Water prevents bloating in your skin, and it's quite good. Now, lastly, sleep is necessary. Period. Sleep is one of the things which actually like allows us to recover. And if you don't go through that, if you just strain yourself, staying up at night on your phone, it just gonna like put a really big slowdown to your entire process. Now the main thing is you must be consistent. Really like take time, and you can't have unrealistic expectations. You'd have to stay patient. Tracking progress is good, as it can help you eventually overload your weights, as take your muscle to failure is the best way to build muscle. Focus not just on looks but on strength, as having good strength can also not just boost your confidence in the gym, it can also boost your confidence in life as well as your overall lifestyle. And just believe in the process. Don't quit early. Trust me, it'll take a lot of time. I myself am not, as an athlete, I am not like completely jacked. Now, I'm not a professional trainer, but I'm just saying, if you keep staying consistent, and if what you want to do really is build muscle, the transformation will come. Trust me.